managed to not record drawing this one. Again, just sort of messing up with the record button. So I've got these little stars here. It gave me Jukebox Hero. He's got stars in his eyes. So I drew a jukebox, and it's based on 1988 or possibly 87 Barbie jukebox that has sort of the front of the 57 Chevy at the base, and then it's like a rounded jukebox. So I drew 3 speakers here, like a left and a right and a big ass woofer, and then I have a turntable up here and the stack of discs, and this is supposed to be sort of neon, and then the bass, and then some musical notes, this sort of hot magenta color. So jukebox. So that would have been a few minutes of scribbling that I managed to not record. Alright, so I ended up with Leo with the jukebox. And, you know, the Jukebox Hero stars in his eyes earworm, which is kind of interesting because I ended up with the Syrian Starseed Tarot and the Starseed Oracle. So, we might be dealing with celebrities here, especially of the musical variety. It's like I wouldn't be surprised to see the 6 of Wands either. I also noticed that with this triptych door reading, I've got the reconciliation of opposites here, but I also drew this with the 3 kind of speaker boxes here. So I've got the left and right, and then I decided that the middle was going to be a bass woofer. So we've got left, right, and bass woofer in the cards too. So that worked out nicely. All right, Leo, what's up with you? Which is weird because I watched an Eddie Murphy video. What's up with you? So we have a double here. These are inverted, which just means usually confusion or delay, although that might end up being more of a challenge position note for that. But this could be resistance, which is futile. Child of the cosmos. Okay, so Leo, star. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. Is that in focus? Not entirely. Okay. And called. Soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. Alright, Leo's really into it. Oh, look, there's a doorway here. So we have a portal, which should be this. Alright, let me see this other. I forgot that I can use like the whole width of the thing, because when I do the cards of the day, I have this same frame, but I have to make sure I leave the card right in the middle. So I'm like, oh, I can't put these over here and spread them out, but I can. I can do anything I want, because I'm a Toys R Us kid. Okay, not really, because we couldn't afford it, but we still went there and hung out. So we have Breath of the Cosmos now. My will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. Oh. That's weird because Breath of the Cosmos, it's kind of like it's giving me, you know, because you need to breathe to sing. It's like I'm trying to sing it into being, like I'm trying to sing you to me. But it says micromanaging the universe. So this Breath of the Cosmos acts exactly like how I see the Magician inverted. Trying to pull the wool over the universe's eyes, micromanaging the universe exactly. So Pisces reading might be applicable to Leo, and it does have overtones for like the whole patriarchy. So if you feel jiggy with it, check out that reading too. So we have Cosmos, a calling, breath, and music. And the sun, which is also a star, because Leo is ruled by the sun, which apparently needed to be sun. This also could be resistance to stopping micromanaging the universe. Or like I'm resistant to letting go. So we have the Sage of Crystals, inverted, which this is the Queen of Pentacles in this deck. In Pisces, I had the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Cups inverted, which was indicating a distorted feminine. Although it was sort of like the distorted masculine in disguise. But so we have the Sage of Crystals. Crystal sort of like a star, but Pentacles inverted. Which isn't really helping it. Jukebox Hero's got stars in his eyes. It's kind of like I'm not seeing the reality of a situation because I'm too busy trying to like make my dreams come true. It's sort of like I know I'm supposed to be doing something, but I can't quite make it happen, so I'm trying to do this particular thing and trying to force it to happen. Which is kind of a slap in the face for me because I have a Leo moon. Alright, so inverted we have, I mean, on the back of the deck, to get more information, we have water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. Right? So if you spend all your time micromanaging the universe, you are going to burn out because the universe has all of the energy and you have finite energy because you are in a human body, which would mean physicality, right? Physical body, pentacles, inverted. Also a 13, right? I am internally burnt out. I am fried. Might not necessarily be distorted, but I am like so low on energy, I'm exactly opposite of where I want to be. On the bottom of this deck, the Empress, abundance. This is what I mean. The Empress is the ruler of the 4 kingdoms. I can't manifest anything because I don't know what I'm doing because I'm burnt out, but this is what I'm trying to do. I feel like I need more cards for Leo, but it might be pointless. Empress is Venus energy. Leo is the Sun. The Sun and Venus. Oh, you know what? I think it's like every 5... No. Something like every 5 years, Venus and the Earth match orbits 8 times, or every 8 years they match orbits 5 times, and it creates like a spirograph with a pentagram star in it. But the 5 and 8 together is 13, which is this. So it's sort of... and Venus is ruling Taurus, which is happening right now. Well, almost. The sun is almost in Taurus. And Libra. So Libra's reading might be relevant too. But we're having some kind of material world balance while having these sort of delay, confusion, and resistance to being in flow with the universe. It's kind of like I can't pick up a station on my radio, or there's scratches in my record. Like I can't figure out what the message is because it's like I go to play my message and it's like, or the needle's got fluff on it. Which would make sense, because kitty. What else? Oh, God damn it. I feel like I don't have enough information for Leo, and I feel like these same decks aren't going to give me what I want. Let me try to get a couple more cards. Like, if I'm trying to unify or reconcile, struggling to meet my potential or my calling, and I'm struggling to self-care, but worried that the universe is going to F me over, how am I going to get there? I'm waiting for a card to come out of this deck. I had a couple slide, but I like them to actually come out. Give me something to clarify and wrap up for Leo. Okay. Right against the tripod. The Six of Crystals. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Stability in the material world. It's not the Six of Wands, though, which I would expect to find for Leo. It's the Six of Pentacles is something in what? In who? Oh, the Moon in Taurus. Of course it is. Son of a biatch. Okay. The Moon in Taurus. There's been a lot of moon energy in these readings. We just had a full moon in April. I don't know what sign it was in because it wasn't really material. Immaterial. I don't know what sign the full moon is gonna be in early May when the sun is in Taurus, but that's probably gonna be relevant. If I'm between the two moons, I might be looking at the new moon. And the new moon would represent, like, the emptying of the womb. But it'd also be like when you breathe out and hold it, right? You take a deep breath, hold it, breathe everything out, hold the empty lungs, and that's like at the point of the new moon. And then you start breathing in again and your belly expands with the air until the next full moon. And I think the point of this whole reading is to tell Leo to chill out and breathe. And to sort of trust that the universe will hand you what you need when you need it. But there's a difference between living paycheck to paycheck and thriving. But you can't really thrive if you're like dried out and burnt out. And it's sort of saying like you need to go back and rebuild yourself a little bit. You're like literally your body is literally out of balance. You might need to get some crystals and wear them, but essentially the biggest thing that Leo can do is breathe. And the scales here make me think of Libra, which is air, which is ruled by Venus. It's very much prana, it's very much yoga, it's very much tai chi. So it's sort of telling Leo to take a chill pill. To remind, like, maybe Leo just needs to chill out and, like, put on some tunes and lie down for a while. You know, don't try to be, like, flashy Bernie, expanding in all directions at once. Just kind of hang out and chill out for a little bit. Like, center yourself. And what I think is happening here is sort of a distortion in the solar chakra. So there's sort of a kind of a lack of self-confidence here. And you know, it reminds me of Sister Act. They have Sister Mary Robert, the young one, and she's like Whoopi Goldberg's in there. And this movie came out in like 93. I guess that's 30 years ago. Maybe 92. So it came out like 30 years ago. So if you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, Sister Act. So it's Sister Mary Robert, the nun in training, and she's in the choir, and they got Whoopi Goldberg in the witness protection, and they're like, well, if you can do better, you can lead the friggin' choir. So she's telling Mary Robert that she needs to, like, not just sort of like mouth the words, but that she needs to be heard over the din of, you know, trays and people yelling and stuff. And when she tries to get her to sing the note, she pushes into the solar plexus to get that diaphragm movement. So not only do we have the same motion for singing as we do for deep breathing. And there's also a resonant quality there, because if you're trying to heal your body, sound therapy can be really good. That's why live music is so good for you. I mean, if you don't blow out your eardrums or like drink until you pass out. You want to have speakers that have big enough woofers that you can lay in the sound bubble and have that vibration. And if you only have like little computer speakers, like one option, if you have a car that you can drive around and like sing as loud as you want without people like harassing you or complaining about your music, then you can have that breathing, because you can't get the notes out unless you're breathing, in, at least in some capacity, and you're vibrating your whole torso, which includes that solar plexus. It's going to be like hanging out down near the diaphragm, like underneath your lungs. So it's that vibration that's going to help heal you. And the basis for that, I mean, there's no sound without the breath. That's sort of the point of it. So this is sort of kind of a lesson, sort of a Cliff's Notes for Leo on how to chill out in a specific way that's good for them. And also because if you're you're in that sort of meditative vibration, then you're going to be able to sort of pick up on the messages from the universe more than you will if you're trying to insist that the universe does the thing. You can't just poke the universe with a stick and be like, come on, do something. All right. So hopefully that made sense, Leo, and we'll see you, let me get this in focus, we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. Stay connected with CATtheMinion energy work. Check out my complete suite of goods and services conveniently from my Linktree. linktr.ee/CATtheMinion. Color your way into some relaxation with my coloring books Energy Forms and Draco Forms on Amazon. Get groovy with fashion and home accessories from my Cafe Press or Redbubble shops. Decorate your environment with original art and divination tools from my Etsy shop.